Hey, good day. This is Robert Brown, the host of the Rob Report. Kind of popular YouTube show. I'm growing on YouTube. On the BOBTV network. Invite you to go check it out. BOBTV network or BOBTV NYC. I was a proud member of TWU Local 100. Very proud. TWU is an organization that is legendary in New York City. One of the most needed services in New York City is transportation to get to your destination. And oftentimes driving cars can end up hurting you worse than help. So we have subway, we have trains, we have buses, we have shuttle buses, you name it, we have it. MTA provides that service. TWU are a collection of workers that work under that umbrella of MTA and various organizations contracted with MTA. Right now, if I was TWU, I'm soon I won't be with TWU. I will be with other organization, but my heart, I have a love for TWU, and I support unions, period, and I support TWU union in efforts that they have, especially this one I'm going to talk about. Recently, I was let go from my job because of train delays. Fought it, took it to court. They tried to bargain with me saying, hey, take the unemployment. We won't bother you if you don't fight us on this. They didn't want me to fight on this because there was a great chance that I could win if the arbitrator sided in my favor. I gave them every evidence, so I told them, no, I'm not. I mean, if I lose it all, I just lose it all, but I'm not going to just let y'all do what you're doing with me. Mind you, these things been going on with other people in the company. This company has 600 employees. 600. No rumors. And the ratio is high. There's a high turnover rate. They don't believe in keeping quality people on the job. They believe in getting somebody to replace you so we can keep our dollars at minimum wage. And right now minimum wage is $15. Now, you know, previously, before the company came over and took over the contract, there was another company there. And that company paid them a decent wage. Now they claim, the company there now claim that this company didn't perform to the standards. That's begged to differ. But they did find a way, this company did find a way to do what the other company probably couldn't do and save MTA money. At the same time, they ain't got to pay the workers worth anything, and they don't have to keep the workers. So I don't know what the situation with that, but bottom line, they took over the contract. They won the bid. And but they cut the workers off at the knee. The workers was making a good, decent amount of money. They was getting good, decent overtime. They basically cut them off the knees and pretty much took them to the lowest ball of the low ball. And that's the bad thing about working for contract companies. Your tenure in the previous company goes to zero. You have to start over in this new company. So if you worked at the previous company for 20 years, this new company take over the contract, your 20-year tenure is down the drain. Now you're back at year one with a new company, which is horrible, and they need to stop. MTA need to stop contracting these outlets out. These should be in-house operations paid with a decent livable wage and decent benefits, but the MTA don't want to do that. They want to put all the efforts on privatizing these contracts. They want private owners to come in, take over the contract, and do whatever they want with the workers instead of demanding that they keep the workers as earned. That's why I'm in support of a legislation. I want politicians to pick this up called the Lennon Act, which means that if you're going to come in and get a government contract, you got to keep these workers as is. So wherever they was before you came in, that's where they are when you come in. You're not going to just fire them. You're not going to kick them off your roster and start off fresh. You got to keep these workers, and you got to keep them at the pace that they were before you came in. They were here before you came, and they'll be here after you came, and you need to treat them as if they're diamonds, because they are. Well, they didn't. They cut them off. They took them from $13, $14 an hour back in 2013 to $9 and $11 an hour. Very few was getting paid $12 an hour. Imagine going from $14 an hour to $12 an hour, and they didn't see an increase, probably 25 cents, until the workers decided to rally and get a union involved. And that's where TWU came in. I was one of those members of the team that rallied to get the company unionized to try to fight for better pay, benefits for the workers, because they wasn't giving them none of that. Now, this ain't got nothing on people's character that run the company, but then again, it probably do. Okay? You think you're going to come from South Carolina and bring that South Carolina mentality up to the north and think you're going to be able to run this place like it's a farm or like it's a small town business operation, when this is over 600 employees, you got millions upon millions of dollars as a result of running this, but you think you're going to be able to treat the workers like crap. Well, nevertheless, their business model, they're good at customer service when it comes to training the workers to take care of the customers, but they're horrible when it comes to them taking care of their workers. Now, some cases, they're good on their, got to give it to them, they're good on the picking up the phone calls, you know, catering to the client and things like that, but they're not the only people in the world can do that. That's why I wish the people over at Global Contact, the people that at the paratransit call center or currently working for Global Contact Services, the people need to learn how to co-op. Every worker need to take time out of their busy schedule and get educated on cooperation. Workers co-op. Get Richard Wolf, go to the Murphy Institute in New York City, take some class and learn how to co-op. A co-op is when the workers decide to take over the operations. Every last one of those workers there, they can rally around themselves, vote somebody in, and they can come up with the finances to bid for this next contract and run. Boot them out back to North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever they're from, and they can run the operation. Vote somebody in for a certain amount of years. You don't like them, vote them out. But then they'll be able to determine the wages. They can still work with the same, they got to come accustomed to the business model. They can still work the same business model for us caring for the customers and customer service. But yet at the same time, they can treat the customers like gold. They can treat the workers like gold because the workers is running the company. Workers co-op. Go ahead and learn about that, people that work at the paratransit call center. In the meantime, they're going to be up for bid soon. And I just got a letter from a friend of mine that worked at that organization, and she sent me a picture of a letter. Let me see if I can get this letter up. I can read it. I'm not going to show the letter, but I'll read it. All right, so this is from the operational manager of the place. And the topic was the truth regarding rumors on the floor. It says, as many of you already are aware, our company is in our 6th year of a 7-year contract, which means the contract is almost up, with New York City Transit to operate the call center. We had a great history on the program and a satisfied clients thanks to everyone's effort. Now I won't stop to that. I won't stop that because they think it was just them. No, it was thanks to everyone's effort. Yet the company is profiting like crazy, but don't want to treat the workers like they deserve to be treated. You got to wait forever to get your vacation approved. You got to go through Tom, Dick, and Harry just to get the FMLA taken care of. You got to do all that. And they are looking for a reason to fire you. And if you don't come correct on the FMLA, if you can't prove that you went to the doctor, even then, they still believe, even then, you may have proof that you wasn't there to do the work and we can fire you. But let me keep reading. Because the MTA is a New York State government agency, for any contract that reaches their end and that are in a competitive environment, new requests for proposals must be submitted. We know that. Your time is up, and now you're going to get some competition. And here's the deal. These people who are coming in to take over the contract or bidding for the contract, now me personally, I don't think if anybody should be bidding for the contract, it should be the workers coming together as a co-op, as a collective, to take over the contract and run the company themselves. pretty much a workers' co-op. It's been successful at hospitals like Interfaith. I can go on, but this isn't about that. The workers can take over. Me personally, get rid of these contractors and put this thing in-house like they did in Boston. See, this same company went to Boston and tried to run that call center there and tried to work with the citizens there in Boston, and their business model fell miserably and they got booted out. The workers end up working in-house. Now, I don't know if they're still in-house, but I know they became in-house. They became part of the MTA. This operation may be under NYCT Paratransit Accessoride, but this whole operation need to be in-house under MTA where the people can have job security, benefits, and a decent pay, because this company ain't gonna give it to them. And we had to fight like dogs and cats to try to get it, and they, believe me, they fought us hard. They got one of the best union busted attorneys to represent them. The same guy who tried to represent me when it came to my case of trying to get my job back. This guy's a jerk to the highest order. I would call him a part of your body, but you know, but he is. You know who I'm talking about if you're watching this. All right, so it goes on to say new request for proposals must be submitted. So obviously, there's companies that's proposing to take over the call center. And look at me. Look at me. I may be working with another organization, with another union, but unions come together. I will do whatever I can as a former worker to involve former workers to come together to push back to get them thrown out of New York City and get somebody that knows New York City and knows the worker, even if it was the previous company or a new company, that's going to take care of those workers. They got to bring the union in as is. They got to have the workers come in as is. So if they're making $16 an hour, they got to keep them at $16 an hour pretty much. If you want to get the contract, I would negotiate. If you want us on your side, I would negotiate that you give them 18, 19, 20. If you want us to be on your side to help push back against this. There's a lot of things I would personally demand that a new contractor come in, that he has to give us his word on paper that if we do whatever we can to help him win that contract, they got to pay them. Now, that's not my job. That's the union's job. That's not my job. But as former workers, and there's a lot of us out there that's been through this crap that this company put us through. And don't get me wrong, I love working my job. I love working with the clients, even though some of them got on my last nerve. I love them. I consider them family. But the company and the way they run this operation is crap. Now, when I say run this operation, I'm not talking about data on customer service, because the customers will tell you they ain't all that. You know, not based on data, but based on meetings with the customers. So you're gonna have the customers that's gonna be there telling you why this company should stay or should not stay. Then you're gonna have former workers why the company should stay and not stay, and gutsy workers who work there now that's under the union that's saying why they should stay and why they should not stay. I'm on the side of why you should not stay. I'm gonna be collecting a group of people. We're putting up the Facebook group called GCS SUCKS, and we're going to come after them. I'm working on a video series that I'm going to entitle Surviving GCS, letting you know that we were forced to go here. We didn't want to go here, but thank God we're here. It's better than there. Some people still trapped in the closet of GCS and can't get out because they figure they can't find another job. And it's not easy finding another job. And I like my job. I never planned on leaving that job. I was comfortable with that job. I was looking forward to the next fight where I can get us more money, where we can shoot for $20 and go from there, where we can shoot for more vacation, where we can more holidays, where we can shoot for a 401k plan, which the other previous company had that available. Now let me keep reading. What that means for all of us is that there was a request for proposal issued late May for the operation of paratransit call center. Oh boy. So right now, they're a little nervous. Why? Because another company put in a proposal. That's good. Because right now, there's going to be a company that's going to be buying for the hearts of not only the clients, for the heart of the workers and should be buying for the heart of that particular union. And should be open to bring back former employees if they choose to come back. That's another story. The request of the proposal, I can't really read this, and say, I hear rumors are floating. So obviously, there was a proposal in late May for the operation of paratransit call center. Any interested party who purchased the RFP materials from the NYCT can submit a response based on the scope of service that was provided. So in other words, rumors are going around that they lost their bid. So somebody heard about somebody putting in for a proposal, and I guess somebody went around, ran their mouth and said GCS either lost the bid or they're about to lose the contract, lost the contract, about to lose the contract, or somebody challenging them for the contract. Well, they then lose the contract for New York City. They lost it in Boston, but not in New York City. They're not about to lose it, but they can lose it because somebody is proposing for it, and there are going to be other proposals to come. So that's just to set the record straight. All right? But obviously the company is nervous because now we got a new lady in town that's trying to buy for the heart of the man. So, and the workers is the man, and this lady got her eyes on the workers. And this lady is going to say, I can do better than this clown over here. You know how you are when you get married to somebody and they treat you like a dog, then all of a sudden somebody come in and saying you need to get rid of that turkey, you deserve so much more. And look, if the turkey is not trying to treat you any better, of course you'll be tempted to leave and go with that person. But anyway, all right, so he said there's rumors are floating on the floor and coming from the union that GCS has lost the contract and First Transit is returning. Now, First Transit is one of the biggest transportation organization or transportation management organizations in the world. They're all over the world. They're in England, based out of Jersey, and in Atlanta, you name it. And it's easy to transfer with that job. You can't transfer working with GCS. Okay? All right, so there's rumors are floating on the floor. So now you're scared because people talking on the floor about this proposal. But they said it's coming from the union that GCS has lost the contract and First Transit is returning. Nobody in the union said GCS lost their contract and First Transit was coming back. I know I didn't. I probably say I hope you lose the contract and I hope First Transit come back. See, I came in through the transition, so I don't know what First Transit were. I just heard of. And based on their business model across the country, they're good. They don't treat their workers like slaves. They got in here, this is not, and bold statement, a true statement. No parties have yet to even respond to the proposal. Well, if you believe no parties have responded to the proposal, then former workers like me are going to contact these companies and make sure they respond to the proposal. Yes, we are. Any proposer considered will go through evaluation from the NYCT for their expertise, history, and ability to operate a call center of the size and scope of this one. Well, First Transit is way bigger than you and has the ability to operate call centers like this one. We know why you really got that contract. It's because you were able to show that you can do the same thing for less. And that's why they pretty much went for you. All right, the proposal is currently in the question and answering phase with the due date for proposal response at this time of June 18th. So it's June 6th right now. So I invite everybody at GCS and everybody outside of GCS to contact First Transit or any other valuable transportation management company and ask them to put in for this. Or the workers themselves can correlate together and form a workers co-op and put in for this. And whatever I can do to help, let me know. Any proposals will go through evaluation for their expertise, history, and ability to operate a call center of the size and scope of this one. We're uniquely positioned as the incumbent, like you running for president. Well, First Transit was the incumbent. They were uniquely positioned. And you came in and showed them how you could do the same thing cheaper. Because we have proven we can. They have proven they can too. That's why they had that contract for a while. Additionally, we replaced the other company in question. So you're scared of First Transit. We replaced the other company in question above because of our ability to manage the large call center operation and overcome the issues the previous provider could not. The main issue the previous provider could not accomplish is providing this at a cheaper cost. You guys were good at doing that. How did you provide it at a cheaper cost? Cut the overhead on the job. Keep a revolving door coming in of new workers where you only can pay them minimum wage. Make the offer them health care, but make it so high that they can't afford it. That way you can keep your money in your pocket. So nobody's buying this that you prove that you were better than them. Let's say the former call center operation to overcome issues that the previous provider could not. We have provided over 6 years, very successful years, to the client. Clients do not agree. Maybe your data say so because they have no choice, but clients do not agree. And guess what? Workers do not agree. That's going to be your main weakness right there. And are positioned well to continue the relationship. You're not in a position well to continue because these people are going to come in and they're going to come with force. And they're going to be holding the flag of your failed operation in Boston to do it, and how you fail your workers with this turnaround rate, and how they had to get the union in just to get decent pay. So how you figure you're in a good position when you got the workers going to be coalescing against you? You got these companies going to be buying for the heart of the workers, and then you got clients that say you suck. Although nothing is guaranteed, we've been consistently able to meet and exceed the expectation of New York City Transit, despite whatever obstacles we have stood in our way. What can you do to help ensure our success? I say they shouldn't do a doggone thing. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Because they don't care about you. I'll get to that last. Give a great experience to the customer of Accessoride. In other words, keep doing what you do, make the customers feel like gold. See, it's always about the customer, never about the worker. See, you base your success on the client. And if you go talk to the clients don't like you. They don't like the management of the paratransit call center. And if you talk to the workers deep down in their heart, they don't like you. They don't enjoy their place of work. They probably enjoy the work that they do. They don't enjoy the management they're under. We provided over 6 years of successful relationship. Okay, let me go back to this. Give a great experience to the customer. Accessoride, exhibit customer service we hired and trained you for, and do a great job. What you gonna give them? Because they've been doing this. As things progress, we'll keep you posted. Our plan is to be in the business of being the call center provider for many years to come. Thanks to everyone. In other words, it's your plan to oppress your workers and even oppress, not impress, oppress your clients. The clients is a number to you. You don't care about really serving the needs. Oh man, you press those workers that they need to be off that phone. I mean, you're on the phone too long. Why are you on the phone too long? I'm trying to service these people. All right, so the person at the call center, I'm not giving no names. This is what she said. They're trying to say the union is spreading rumors that they lost the contract. Their own people are worried, not the union. I'm just so sick of them. They mad because team leads are having interviews with companies that want to take over. Even team leads that they let go are fighting them. They have the nerve to put the union on the memo. This company is so slimy, so sneaky. Anything that go wrong, they don't want to take responsibility and immediately blame it on the union. You know, the union won a contract. They fought hard not to put a bulletin board sign where the union can inform the workers of what's going on with the union. That's why we developed the Facebook group to try to inform them. But yet, some people not that savvy. So they fought tooth and toenail not to get a sign to let the people know about what's going on. They fought to not have a union office where the workers can always have somewhere to go to should they need union help. They do whatever they can to not involve the union when it comes to the wine garden rights, where they need a shop steward or a union representative to represent them when they're being disciplined. They violate their rights on that. They'll lie and say, you don't have to worry about that. As long, we'll take care of that. I mean, we try to handle things without it going to the union, so don't worry about that. When it get to that point, then you can get the union. But right now, you're not at that point. Not giving them the opportunity to grieve it right on the spot. I mean, the worker's going to trust the company, and the company say, don't worry about that now. Oh, we got you. Don't worry about it. When you need to worry about it, then we'll call you in office. No. Well, in my case, they didn't call me till after I got fired. They didn't look over the paperwork until I was already out. Every time I brought them the video, every time I brought them the evidence, they didn't even choose to look at the evidence. We don't need that. And then when I go into court, the first thing they say that you should have known that we're not gonna let that go. We're not gonna give you an excuse. We're not gonna write it off. It's gonna stay there. Hold on, I just told you it was the trains. I told you train got stuck, train caught fire, the track caught fire. They had to reroute me to a bus. I've given you the proof, I've given you evidence, and you're still not gonna let this go? No. And I'm here to tell everybody, they will not ever let your, whatever it is that caused you to be late and not come to work, they are not gonna ever let it go. You're gonna have to prove without a shadow of a doubt in arbitration to fight your job back for them to let it go. They don't have the loving compassion ability to say, okay, I see this situation, we'll take it off. It's not that kind of place. It's more like a plantation where you just do what the master say. The master don't give you no excuse. Get your butt in that field and work, or we're gonna get rid of you. Now, back in the day, they got rid of you another way, but they're just gonna get rid of you and toss you to the side. They'll literally kill your tenure. They're not going to hang you up on a tree or throw you or kill you and throw you in the bushes like that. They'll hang your tenure up on a tree, and they'll kill your time that you put in there and throw it in the bushes. So it doesn't matter what it is. You're going to have to go extraordinary to prove it, and even then, they don't have the option to let it go. They're not going to let it go. So you do whatever you can to just have that evidence. Because once they fire you, you do have an opportunity, thanks to the union, to go in there and try to fight and beat it. But they don't care about you. All they care about is their numbers. They don't care about the clients. In my book, I don't believe they care about the clients. All they care about is those customer service numbers going up. And if they got to weigh you out to do it, they'll weigh you out to do it. Now, they've been good in some areas, but most areas are horrible. Not a good management company. They don't switch you. They don't watch. Well, yes, they do. The moment you stay on the phone 5-6 minutes, somebody calling you, asking you, do you need help? If I needed help, I would call you. I got it. I'm taking care of this lady. She come first. And to most of the workers at that particular call center, they care about the clients. They're focused on the client. They don't give a crap about management. They're there to serve the client. See, here's the bottom line, operational manager. And you know who I'm talking about. People like me came to service the client, not you. You don't service us. You don't consider us. We had to force you to consider us. And I told you that I will be a part of the push to either organize for things for you to get better there, for your working relationships with your worker to be better than that, or I will be a pain in the behind to organize to get your butt out of there. We pay the tax money that gave you the money to run that operation. We did. We're paying it before you came in. We did. And you're going to take that same tax money to focus on performance only and not care about the clients and the workers. Sound like somebody on the field riding that horse, cracking that whip. We just need you to perform. I need 30 bushels of cotton, 50 bushels, 100 bushels of cotton. No matter how worn out you are, no matter if you're sick as a dog, no matter if you're on your deathbed, your butt better be out in that field. And if you're not at that field to perform according to their policy, that's just what it is. Just a different way of saying it. If you're not out there on that field performing, you don't need to be on my plantation. I'm going to sell you to somebody worser, or I will do something worser. You getting off my field. It's always about the performance. Like I said, now they don't do like they do. See, back in the days, slave days, they kill you and threw you in the yard. You're broken down goods. It's like buying a car and a car break down. It stays in the yard or off the road. Don't even pay nobody to tow it off the road. It leave you there to rust. And that's what they'll do with your tenure at GCS. And they'll try to do that with your career. They won't even try to give you the unemployment that you deserve, even though you tried to prove that it was your fault. They want to use unemployment as a negotiation tactic to get you to not fight them in arbitration. And believe me, if you fight them in arbitration and they win, they're going to try to get the money back. They're going to try to stop the unemployment and get the money back when you've proven that you never ever wanted to be in this position. You never ever wanted to lose your job. You love what you do and you love the client, you love your coworkers, but the management just sucks. So guys, I invite you to stay tuned to BOBTV channel. We have another channel called TW at GCS. I will go back to hosting my Union Matters show on there because I want to help you guys continue to get more for your work. And I should be obligated to do that no matter what union I'm working with. I should be able to help you get more for your work. So if you have to come on my show and we do a live show and you tell your story and you black your face out and just have your voice up there, be able to do that. Tell your horribleness of how management treats you like crap or how the corporate team treats you like crap. Voice it. Voice it. Now look, I'm going to upload in this YouTube channel. Look, they got access to my YouTube channel. So they know it's me. They know that I'm going to be, and they will be watching this. And like, look here. I don't trust people with money. They pay people to harass and try to get people to stop doing something. So understand this. I don't trust these suckers. I don't think they have good interests. They claim to be Christian organization, but I don't think they have good intentions for you, and they sure ain't gonna have good intention for a former worker who is doing whatever he can to make sure they go bye-bye. I told you this ain't over, and it ain't gonna be over. It's not about me. It's about them. And I'm going to continue to go on this tangent until I see a new law take place that stop contractors from coming in, taking over a government taxpaying contract and just throw the workers, cut them off at the knees. No, you're going to keep them as earned. If anything, if you're going to come in and take over this contract, you're going to give them better than what they had to keep them. You're going to give it to them. And believe me, I think we should work together, former union workers, former employees, current employees in the union, work together to fight to get a company that's better than them. Now, here's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you the company is going to be like them. Oh, you got to start off at zero. No, we're working for that never to happen again. They ain't going to love you. They ain't going to take care. It's just like that Negro who didn't even take care of his woman who always told him you gonna be with me, you gonna always be with me no matter how bad I treat you. But as soon as a new dude come in town and he sees that lady and he really, really loves her. Now I'm not talking about married folks, okay? I'm talking about boyfriend, girlfriend. He likes her and he know he could do her good and he know he could do better. So he's gonna approach her to do better, and he have good intention. This other person gonna say, they mean you no good, they ain't no better than me, I'm better than them, you know, or they'll tell you, don't go back to your old boyfriend, I'm better than him. Well, my old boyfriend, at least he didn't hit on me, at least he didn't push me down the stairs, at least he don't cuss me out and smack me. Once I got into this relationship with you, you started doing that. And I'm telling you, people, they're doing that. They're cussing you out, they're beating on you, they're smacking on you, but the way they're doing it is by using their crappy policy that should never oversee a union contract. Anyway, I'm done with this. GCS SUCKS. That's gonna be the name of the Facebook group. Hey, thank you for watching that episode of The Rob Report. Before you go now, I need you to do two things for me. First thing, I want you to like the video if you liked it. Second thing, I want you to share it all across social media. And if you have not subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. Stop and do it. As Jimmy Dore says, sometimes you think you're subscribed or you go check and find out you're not subscribed. So make sure you check that you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I put a new content out. I'm not a fan of Super Chat, so if you plan on giving to the efforts of BOBTV, make sure you do that through BOBTV NYC at paypal.me. Anybody who want to have free access to my Patreon channel, I'm trying to save you money on your cable bill. I ran into a program that I think everybody need, everybody can afford, and everybody should have, and that link is down there below. 5,000 plus channel, best sports package, and the best premium TV and even international channels, and you can access this all over the world. Go ahead and check that out, get your free trial, and if you decide to support, become members of those two services, we'll go ahead and give you full access to the Patreon channel, and there's no cost to it. So my name is Robert Brown with The Rob Report. Thank you for watching. I'll holler at you later. Peace.